Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Adams Rite number 4431-10-05-01 sliding door flush lock set with an exterior cylinder. So I have all the components on my desktop here, and I'll show them to you one at a time, and we will decode the part number as well after we get through that. So first of all, here is the exterior side. It's going to be a plastic escutcheon with a cylinder. Tailpiece of the cylinder has that bird's mouth to communicate to the inside portion, which we'll get to in a moment. Two keys are included. This is a Schlage C keyway and a look-alike original sort of key blank. Okay. Molded plastic trim with a knurled inside surface. So the exterior is comprised of the trim, the cylinder, which generally comes installed, and then two keys. Moving on, we have the inside portion, the interior portion, and because this is the function that has a keyed cylinder on the outside, you need to both be able to unlock it from the inside so that you can come in, obviously. This tailpiece here communicates with the lock body, which we'll show in a moment. Okay, this allows you to lock and unlock the unit. Then, of course, there's the lock body. I'm going to remove it from the package that we have it in here. Okay. It's a hook bolt, being that it's a sliding door. And of course, with the lock body, you're going to get, well, with the lock body will be the two screws that will hold the escutcheons together. You've got the holes on the inside trim that will connect to the female preparation in the exterior trim. And you've got the two small machine screws that will be actually for the lock body and to hold that in. Now, this Adams Rite lock, the specific variant of the part number, all of that conspires to mean the specific model of this lock, and let's go over it now. One thing that is very nice when working with Adams Rite hardware is that there is always going to be a matrix by which you can determine the proper variant of lock that you need. In the instance of this lock, that is under the link called Installation Instructions, of which there are several links down below in this video that you'll be able to review. So looking at that, you'll be able to pull that item up and get the first page, of which there are two pages, the summary of what the series of locks, the 4430, 4431, does by Adams Rite, but specifically on page 2, you're going to see how we arrive at the part number, and it's based on your door condition. So when a client calls up and says, I need this lock, we refer to that matrix because it gets all of the questions answered so that we can arrive at the proper lock part number. And indeed, for this client's order, the 4431-10-05-01-IB is based on knowing what those answers are. So first of all, when you look at that matrix on page 2, just focusing on this lock, the 4431 means that it will have an outside cylinder. That's what that means. The -10 in the part number specifically refers to the fact that the corner of the lock body here and here is square rather than it being radiused. The -09 is a radiused version of this. The -05 after that specifically means that the door is 1 3/8 to 1 5/8 thick. We have to know that because there are 3 variants of that. The -01 means that the lock would come keyed differently. When you're ordering one, that's how you would order it. If you were ordering, let's say, 10, you could order them -02, and that would get you 5 sets of 2 that are keyed alike. Okay, just how the part number works. Then finally, the IB in the part number simply means that it's individually boxed. One lock per box is how this is going to come. Okay. It just happens to be what that part number means. When you look at the rest of the matrix, you can see that you can get these without the cylinder, with the cylinder, or a dummy. And you would want a dummy if you had a pair of these doors, a pair of sliding doors. Let's say sliding doors on a lanai in the back of a home, southern Florida, places like that. The -00 in the lock face means that you're doing a dummy. 09 with the radius or 10 with the square corner. You've got your -00, your -05, your -08, depending on your door thickness. And then how your keying options. But 01 is the most common, just keyed differently. So if you are replacing a lock and you know that it's got a cylinder, you know it's a 4431. That's easy. Then all you have to do is get the answer to the next two questions. Is the lock square like this, or is it radius? And what's the thickness? And then at that point you can arrive at your part number, populate that into the search engine, and then find the exact item that you need. This lock is obviously going to be used in residential applications like those sliding patio doors, but interestingly enough, you'll find these installed on doors on boats. From the exterior down to the cabin, you'll find these a lot, although you're much more likely to see a -00 for the thickness, the 1 inch to 1 5/16 range. Okay, this is interestingly enough a cylinder that can be rekeyed. Your local locksmith wouldn't have really too much of a problem rekeying that to a 5-pin Schlage C keyway or cutting additional keys. A very nice quality hook bolt that's on here. Okay. The name Adams Rite is synonymous with all things, especially, sliding door hardware, sure, but aluminum storefront door hardware as well. And I'm partial to Adams Rite. It's not only because they have very good quality products and that their customer service and technical support is excellent, but it's because you can buy replacement parts. And for this lock, you can indeed purchase just a replacement. The key to be able to get replacement parts is what it is. You can purchase only the exterior escutcheon. You can buy only the lock body should you need it. You can buy only the inside trim. All of these parts are available as replacement parts. And the truth of the matter is, I have clients that call up and say, I need the entire new lock. And well, after we determine what the problem is, it's just a cracked interior escutcheon, and it broke because it fatigued over 20 years and, through enough volume, the inside portion alone failed. So you just get this portion and salvage the rest of the material naturally. If you have any questions on the Adams Rite, number 4431-10-05-01 IB sliding door lock, or any other Adams Rite product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.